Hey everybody, T-Ham141 here, and we are live here on the Homestead tonight, and we've got some interesting stuff to talk about. Nobody's here yet, but that's okay because we do also record these live streams for other people. We do it for the replay so that if you miss the live, you can go back, and I try to get everything good to go, I guess you would say. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, I don't know why I'm seeming a little bit jumpy. All right, anyway, what we're gonna do is tonight we're gonna be talking a lot about wood heat and heat for the winter, but as it's getting colder, I'm getting my wood in. I only need 12 face cord of wood put in a year. That's usually enough because I have a small 32 by 32 cabin in the woods, and it's fairly easy to heat. My stove, my wood stove, will heat me out of the house if I'm not careful. And with that, I still have to get in the wood. It's not as bad as it was when I lived in Port Leyden. We had a forced air wood furnace, and we had to do like 20 face cord of wood. A face cord of wood is, or what I refer to as a face cord of wood, is 8 feet long by 4 foot high by 16-inch blocks. So it's one row of 16-inch blocks. Hey, old man King, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. But it's 16-inch blocks, 8 foot long, 4 foot high. That is what we have going for a face cord, and I need about 12 of those. In the past, I have filled up. I have an 8 by 8 section of my woodshed that I fill. There's another 8 by 8 section where I have my generators and stuff, but I fill it right up to the rafters, and it usually adds up to 12, maybe 13 face cord that I burn, and that is awesome. Today I was getting wood in. I'm trying to pick up stuff we already have bucked up in the woods. It's not as easy as picking up the logs, but we didn't. Hey, Mahilin, how's it going? Wood and electric. Nice. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I have a pole up top. Let's see, show pole. Come on. Here we go. We have, I don't want to go to channel. I don't want to end. There we go. 33% wood, 3 votes. So we have 1 person does wood and 2 people propane natural gas. And that's good. Personally, I live on a, we use natural gas and an electric fireplace. Yeah. We heated with oil, kerosene in Port Leyden, and then we had then we got the wood furnace. Hey, how's it going, Lynn? I hope everything went okay with that doctor's appointment you had today. I've been praying about it. You've been on my heart. But I prefer the wood heat right now. Let me just look and see. Yeah, it's 50 degrees out. I have the fire down as far as I can get it, and it is 70 degrees in here. 20,000 BTU propane heater. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll heat you up. And those are moisture type, kerosene, fuel oil, propane. They don't dry you out quite as much as wood. Wood, if you don't have something going on to add moisture to the air, Yeah, oil oil is for the markets, but firewood, I guess firewood has gone up a lot. I haven't had to buy it in the last 5 years, praise God, but wood 100%. Nice. Nice. Um but yeah, I was out with the tractor hand splitting because I haven't fixed the wood splitter yet because I honestly, it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm not a good mechanic. I know I can get it back together. I know I can get it running again. I got the part. The part is right back behind the laptop there somewhere. All it is a new coil. Hopefully that'll solve the problem with that and new spark plug. But I haven't done the wood splitter yet. So I'm splitting by hand. Of course, anything I do is done by hand, Tracy hand. But yeah, the last I bought firewood, it was, I believe it was $50 a face cord. Now it's even higher. Last I heard was like 70 something dollars a face cord. Yeah, propane and kerosene and stuff, they don't seem to remove the humidity as much. There's something about a wood fire and the radiant heat that comes from a wood stove that just sucks up the moistement, the moisture. Um, it went up $5 per cord there. Yeah, that's a lot. Um, I'm gonna. I ran into a problem. We have had a lot of rain here. I mean, we have had more rain uh, in August, mid August on, I would say, than we had all summer combined, all spring and summer. It has been bad, and the tractor is handling it wonderfully. Because I go out and I split, and then I take the bucket to the I fill the bucket, take the bucket in, and it holds. I'm gonna say 5 by 3, maybe 5 foot by 3 foot. I think it is. Uh, and so I get almost not quite half a cord, half a face cord. When I say cord, I'm usually talking face cord per bucket. And I did 3 or 4 of those. One of my subscribers in Michigan. Oh my goodness. Gotta put this up. Come on, I tapped it show. Now it's gonna hide it. Yep, I knew it as soon as I. One of my subscribers in Michigan said last year she paid $1,500 for her wood, and this year it went over $3,400. That, oh my goodness. Yeah, when you're paying those prices, you get better heat, I believe, from wood, but man, it is it might be time to get a propane. You might as well be paying for propane or fuel oil. I don't know if I would go to fuel oil, pellet stove, maybe, because you're right up there paying $3,400. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm not good at math, but see, 1,500 last year, divided by, let's say, let's say $70 a cord. Yeah, they're doing about 21 cord. So 21 cord. Okay, so 3,400 divided by 21. That's $161 a cord that they are paying. Yeah, that is horrible. And I do understand the log. $120. Oh man. Um, Patrick, it cost him $100 a cord. And depending on where you are, 120. See, it's kind of a backdoor thing, like with the pew pews, the things that go pew pew. They couldn't get rid of them, so they attacked the things that go pew pew, that go in the big pew pew. Does that make any sense? And which made it basically killed the shooting sports, the pew pew sports. Sorry, and with firewood, the green lobby wants to get rid of firewood. They think that burning wood is hurting the environment. It's not. I have a video, I think, somewhere that talks about the carbon neutrality of it. And they're trying to get rid of it. And part of it is because of, it's costing loggers to go out and get it. If they have skidders, and then they have trucking expenses, and then they have the saws themselves, and you have problems getting people to work. That's a lot of manual labor. I don't care who you are, unless you're sitting in a Temco. And even sitting in a Temco, one of those big machines that grab the tree and cut it and then turn sideways and limb it. If you're sitting in one of them, that's a very specialized job. You have to know what you're doing to run equipment like that. Oh, nice. 3-phase cord for $190. So I suck at math. I'm gonna 190 divided by 3 equals, that's $63. That's not bad at all, Earl. That's not bad. Good to see you, by the way, Earl. Yeah, that's not bad at all. $63. I know in the local area, Paul Sullivan I used to buy from Paul Sullivan. I believe one of the Humphreys does wood. Let's see. We would love a propane fireplace, but the price was outrageous to buy one and have it installed. So for Christmas, we got each other an electric fireplace. It should arrive soon. Yeah. With the prices that we're looking at, they're literally forcing people economically to choose the mainstream heating options. Nice cut. Oh, where'd it go? Cut, split, and delivered comes out to 60. Yeah, that's nice. I was when Wendy and I said, listen, that things are going to start getting bad, and so we bought the 20-acre wood lot and carved out a little yard and stuff for us for the homestead. And we are very privileged here to have our heat. Now we just have to take care of it. But I've heard stories of people who take 40 to 50 cord a year from a 20-acre plot of land, and they'll never run out of firewood because of the way that they're managing it. Oh yeah, it was split and delivered for me too. Yeah. Oh, Bob Brown doing it good. Shout out to Bob Brown. That's awesome. That's an honest man. When people can gouge the way that they are, you know, somebody that is not taking advantage of the economic circumstances, because you know, whatever you're doing, it's cutting. No matter what business you have right now, your profit margin is really thin. Well, half split most of it. My boyfriend will do his workout with resplitting it this winter. Yeah. And you know what? I kind of look at it as it's my exercise for getting ready for hunting season, so I don't have a hunter's heart attack all year long. You get hunters that decide that they're gonna, you know, they don't do nothing. They're in a job that sits in an office and stuff, and then next thing you know, they go hunting, and then they're dragging this good sized deer, or in Remy's case, not Remy works in a hospital. I'm sure and not to mention the other stuff he does is really hard. But there are a lot of people that they don't do anything all year long. Then they go hunting and they're dragging on this deer up hills and stuff, and they end up having heart attacks because they're just not used to it. But in my part, well, yes, you got to go with the cheapest option. Yeah, I literally hate piling wood, Lynn. Yeah, I don't miss piling wood. We had a wood stove when we bought our house, but we soon found it was in very bad shape. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, same as shoveling snow. Heart attacks happen often. Yeah. So wood is my go-to because honestly, I don't exert myself very much unless Trevor is around. But I'm looking to extend my woodshed. If I can put another 8-foot chunk on there, then I think I would have enough room to just fill the bucket with the split wood, the bucked and split wood, and just dump it in there, and fill it right up to the ceiling. And I'd be confident to know that I have enough. But with all this rain, I want to share my screen. I just took a short walk where I was working today. Let's see if I can get this to work. We'll go to that screen. Come on. Is it add to stream? There we go. Okay. Now I just have to, I'm going to play this real quick. I'm an umpiling wood addict. Yeah. Now I think all this. I don't have anything, girls and boys. Yeah, the chicken saw me come out the door. Yeah, this got pretty sloppy here today. While I was doing wood, I only did 4 buckets, maybe 5 buckets. That you don't want to drive through. Can you see that? That is a hole and a half. It's always been a low spot. Man, this is some gunky stuff. I mean, the tractor did great going through it, but man, I don't want to muck it all up. I got a bunch of wood out from here. Those pieces I didn't want to get because they were too big. I'm gonna have to and hard splitting because of the knots. You can see the blocks of wood in here, all through back there. We're getting it though. Let's see here. Getting it, but this is some stuff I was driving through. It was just the low ground. Let's see here. I mean, this is high ground, but you must had so much rain. This is the area I'm cleaning out for my barn. drive in different tire tracks is just making the holes wider. I think I need to put my drag box back on and drag all this stuff and fill it in. Maybe it'll dry right. I don't have time right now. Oh, I left that playing. But anyway, you get the, there we go. You get the point. It is quite muddy out there. What in the world is that? I don't. Come on. You know. Ah. What in the world? Shouldn't complain. We are very lucky compared to poor Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Florida. Yes, the hurricanes are hitting hard. And my sister lives in Clearwater, Florida, and they were evacuated to North Carolina to stay with my sister. And hey, Ren, how's it going? And Dave, how's it going? They went to North Carolina, but my sister says that her daughter Tiffany, my niece, and her kids, a couple of her kids, decided to stay in Florida, and they say it's not that bad. They're getting rainy weather, but okay, we'll see you later, Lynn. Have a great weekend. Yeah, Dave, there is lots and lots of stone in my future. That back by the pig pen, the last area, I'm going to make a circle driveway that'll come around the woodshed, but between the house, I've already got gravel up past the house, between the woodshed and the house, but I want better road. But I've got to have enough gravel and a good enough driveway around that area to support the concrete trucks. And then we've got to have the pad, because this Tug Hill clay is just killing me. Thank you, Patrick. Squash that like button. I appreciate that. Let's see. A friend is in Largo, water roof height. Ooh, yeah. We really need to be praying for those that are in this storm. It's bad, man. And there's nothing you can really do for a hurricane. It's liable to kill you either way. I got too much going on here. My computer am I coming through okay, guys? I just want to make sure, because I've got a screen over here that just so that I can see the chat. You guys come up. Okay. Thank you, Mary Lynn. See, I see your yup and Patrick's yes on the YouTube channel, but then over here it's delayed on the laptop's StreamYard channel. But yeah, we definitely we need to be praying for the people that are stuck down there, because it's bad. You never know what is gonna go on. Let's see if that'll you never know how bad it's going to be, and the courses of these, they're, well, I used to actually go to high school on the highest point in Florida, Lake Wales. Oh, that's loud. Um, there, we'll leave it there. The highest point in Florida is my high school was right next to it. It's called Lake Wales. I like that one. Where do we go here? Go back to brand. Let's see what this one sounds like. Just trying different things to spice up the live. No music? All right, we'll get rid of the music. It's not. It wasn't. It was just an attempt to see what it was like. Come on, take me back there. My computer is lagging something fierce tonight. Oh, you know, I do have back over here, there's the cat pole. Let's see, there. Right there, there's the cat pole in front of the sliding doors, but if you can see, it's kind of bent. So I don't think I want to try I don't think I want to try to pole dance on that. Besides, if I take off my shirt, funny story. When we first got up here and we first moved in the cabin, I was walking around in my pants with no shirt on because it was hot in here. And so Trevor and Brendan, his son, my nephew Brendan, are pulling in, and he he Brendan, without missing a beat, looks at me standing in the glass in the double doors back here, and says, no wonder the cat ran away," without missing a beat. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing any pole dancing. Oh, the music was, yeah, cat pole. Oh, okay. So I can bring that back up if you'd like. I'll just turn it down just a little bit. How's that? Let me know if that's a good level for the music. I was liking the rock music. But yeah. So as it's getting colder, now we have this wet, this rainy. So when a lot of times I have to wait for a break in the rain and then go out and get the wood. So my wood is going in the woodshed, which is all open faced and open sides and everything like that. So it's not. Okay, so do you want it up, Marilyn? How's that? All right, we'll try that there. But it's just getting really hard. Because I don't like working in the rain. I don't like working at all. But I don't like getting out in the rain. I've got basil that I need to harvest and dry. I got a lot of basil. I've got some squash on the manure pile that I've got to. Hey, Remy, how's it going? Welcome. If you want to come up, just click that button. I'll bring you up in a heartbeat. But in fact, I can actually share that. Let's see. Copy to clipboard. I don't know if this will let me do it here. Hopefully that comes out as a shareable link. I had to shut my monitor off where I watched the YouTube. All right. So you eating that moose yet, are you? Remy got a moose, for those of you guys who don't know. Big cow. Of course, to me, any moose is huge. It just, but then seeing the moose next to Serge is a shorter guy, and piece of tenderloin. I've got to wait a little while longer before I can go deer hunting. Let's see here. Bow archery season is open now. For deer, regular season starts the 22nd of October. Wait a minute. That doesn't have... Oh, muzzle loading will be when I start. It's on the 15th of October. That starts here. Some of us are off tomorrow and beginning to party early. Yeah. I stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning the other day watching. Trevor got me watching the Hobbit, and then after the Hobbit I watched the Lord of the Rings, but I ended up staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning, and I felt like I had been drinking all night, if I remember what that felt like. Not off no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mahilan. Yeah. So with the mud situation, Tug Hill clay is something special. It's not a clay that, there are some deposits of potting type clay that you can make stuff from, but there's not a lot of them that I have seen. I haven't found any on our property. I found some that was clear, but there was a lot of it was clean, but there was too much sand in it for it to hold consistency, which you can wash it and get the sand out of it. You'd rather pile wood? Oh, wow. Wow. Now, you represent a tattooing company, if I remember. Yeah, ours is open for bow season. I have a bow. I have my dad's bow. And I've gotten a deer with it. That was pretty exciting, but I haven't kept it up in the last. I haven't been hunting in 3 or 4 years, just with everything going on with the homestead, and then Wendy, and my mom was really sick. So last year I didn't do anything, but the last 4 years I really didn't hunt, and I didn't keep up with the bow, and I'm terrified I'm gonna pull back on the bowstring and shatter my dad's bow, because that's tattoo supply company. Okay, there you go. For me, it's impossible. Deer hunting zones are at least 3 hours away and on private property. Yeah, it is hard. I do a lot of state land hunting. I'm lucky and I'm blessed beyond compare, but I don't work, so I can go to the state land during the week, and because unless somebody takes a vacation, they hunt the weekends mostly. And so I can go out on like a Tuesday after everything's calmed down and there aren't so many hunters in the woods and stuff on state land, and a lot of times come back with a deer. There are a couple places that are really good hunting for me, and one of them I don't think there was a place called the Kiln Slots. Earl will know about this place, I'm sure. That it's an old logging road. It's actually where they used to bury. They dig big pits, bury wood in it, catch it on fire, and then cover it up to make charcoal. And so they called them the Kiln Slots, KILN slots. And it goes from one road to another, and it's like a dirt road. I used to take my truck down it years and years ago, and then I learned that the deer get used to people driving their vehicles down there, and so I would still hunt all the way through it, and I saw a lot of deer, and I literally got to see, because it's always been a little sketchy on the legality of it. It wasn't posted, but it wasn't posted, but it wasn't really open to the public. I don't believe, but so when I'd be walking, still hunting through, and I would see a deer, and I would hear a truck coming, and I would step off the road enough, because I didn't want to get shot, but to let the truck go by or whatever it was, and the deer would step just over the hill, because this road, you have hills on both sides. Some places they're quite steep, and you can get up on that ridge and hunt over both sides, and but the deer would step off the road, or they'd step off over the hill just out of sight of the road, and then about 3 or 4 minutes after the vehicle went by, they would step back in my line of sight, so I could tell. A lot of times it was does with fawn, young deer grouping together, a couple young deer, but still hunting that, Earl, is the way to go, and especially on a wet, rainy day, it is, you're liable to get some bow shots. Okay, hey, yeah, you go help your landlord, Old Man King Homestead. I got to learn your first name. Go do the rabbits, but I don't want to. Yeah, it is the time of night that people are shutting things down, but I notice my views on YouTube are going up, because with the cooler, wetter weather, I think people are starting to get back inside, so that they're watching more YouTube, and so content that has been sitting with minor views are beginning to pick up with views and stuff. Hey Tammy, how's it going? We've got Old Man King of the Homestead. He's going out to wrangle pigs. Marhy-Lynn and Remy are about to go take care of the rabbits. But I just ate. I had smoked pork chops. They're boneless pork chops, and they were in packages. We got everything last year in packages of 4, because we didn't realize that Wendy wasn't going to be here. And I brought a bunch of stuff up from the freezer at Trevor's, put up here, and because now I've got a freezer. These batteries, oh my goodness, I am so glad. I think it was Patrick that brought Ampere Time batteries to my forefront, and to my notice, and it they are just amazing. I am running a freezer now. I am sending the new pump system back. I bought a small tank. I bought a small water tank and a pump because I use a camper pump to pressurize the water for the house. I've only got a toilet, a shower, a bathroom sink, and a kitchen sink. So it's one of those things that the pump, even taking the tank out of the equation and hooking the pump up directly, it would not come up to pressure. It was taking it forever to come up to pressure, and then a few times it would keep running long enough to get really hot, and it just wasn't a very good situation. So Tracy, I went to the DNR office to fix my tag issue. They laughed and gave me a new one. Yeah, they're not used to seeing honest people, Remy. I gotta tell you, there are some game wardens that I would rather not see, but then there are some game wardens who are just really good, and they're just really trying to just do a good job and help people rather than harass them. But yeah, seeing an honest person, that's got to be a trip for them. So they gave you a new bear tag. Did they take your moose tag? What happened, for anybody who doesn't know, is Remy went on a moose hunt. He got a cow moose. They had to, I believe it was Serge that took the moose tag to the DNR station to report it. But he accidentally took Remy's bear tag instead, and nobody noticed it. Remy could have legally-ish. He had a tag for a moose still, because he accidentally turned in a bear tag, and that set off a dilemma. Well, what do you do? They didn't say anything, so I have this other moose tag. So Remy chose to do the right thing, and they just laughed it off and gave him a new bear tag. He had to give up. Okay, yeah, he had to give up his moose tag. Oh yeah, that's true. The tag is registered with a, yeah, so they might say, okay, wait a minute, you already got a moose, even though you just put the wrong tag. I had a game warden stop by when I was living in Port Leyden. He saw my deer hanging in the tree, and he pulled up and he said, I just want to check your tags and stuff. So I went out to the deer with him, and I had forgotten to sign the back. I had cut out the we have little notches you have to cut out, and I had notched those out with the date, and so basically he saw that I wasn't trying to get out of reporting the deer or anything, but I had forgot to sign the back, and he could have hit me hard for that. Oh, moose season is over. All set for power backup with the new battery. Not cheap, but works well. Yeah. I tell you, these Ampere Time batteries, I really like them. I was wondering about, because I had set them for what the book said, which was 14.2 and or 14.7 or something like that, and I had problems with that, so I took it back down to 13.8. And then Dave, I think it was you the other night on one of my lives, told me that it's 14.2 that it should be. So I actually contacted Ampere Time, and she said the float time is float is different. You have your bulk charge, then you have an intermediate charge that is called, I forget what it's called. Do I have it here? I have the book right here. Let's see. This is just more of a brochure. But there's a charge in between the float charge and the bulk charge, but she said that float is, she had me take it back down to 13.8, which I'm using 12-volt batteries, so I took it down to 13.8. She had me take pictures of their pictures of my setup and send to her so that they can use them. I don't know why they would use them. It's a mess back there. But yeah, it's not cheap. I paid $700 and some for each battery, and that it was just really expensive. But now they have a life cycle of, I think it's 44,000 charges or something, charge cycles, which means that for the next 10 years or so, these batteries are going to last me. So it's one of those things. You don't pay a monthly bill when you're off grid, but when you do need something, a lot of times it's quite expensive. I'm not affiliated with Renogy or Ampere Time, but I'll tell you, I will suggest both of those companies, Renogy and Ampere Time. They are just phenomenal. Customer service is right there. I had a problem at one time with my inverter charger, and I got hold of them. They took it back. They sent me a brand new one. The brand new one was in the mail before I actually had shipped out theirs. So that was pretty good. But yeah, it is nice not depending on the power and stuff. For those of you who may not know that are watching this in replay, I live off grid. I have 3 lines coming into my house. One from my solar panels, one from my generators, and one from my well. Yeah, Victron is another really good. I've heard good things about them. For I believe they do the what do you call it? Charge controllers and stuff for solar. Hi, Mary Lynn, welcome back. How were the bunnies? Were they happy to see you? Oh, I cracked myself up. Trevor says, yeah. I told him, I said, yeah. I said, I'm up to 541 subscribers, and I said, and my views are picking up. And he says, well, of course. He says, if nothing else, you're entertaining. He says, I'm always laughing. Very happy. Hopping all around. Oh. Yeah, my chickens in that little video I showed earlier, you can see where the chickens, they see me come out the door, and they're running up looking for handouts, and because a lot of times I'll step out on the back porch and throw them out bread and stuff that they can snack on, or sunflower seeds, because I'm too lazy to walk out and fill the bird feeders. But yeah, they run out to me. Wendy used to save her French fries when I'd take her to chemo. We would stop at McDonald's or Burger King, and she would always get an extra thing of fries for the chickens. So now every time every time I pull in the yard, the chickens come running. So I have to give them something. Maybe they'll send you. That would be nice. That would be really nice if they would send me batteries to review. The lady I was talking to, she asked for pictures. I said, well, I have videos on my YouTube channel, and she got my information for the YouTube channel, and she subscribed now. So Laura, if you're watching this, yeah, now I have to trip over chickens when I try to get in the house. But no, that is something that they just loved her to death, because she would, every time she was outside, she would be playing with the chickens, talking to them, and they would. I've got a picture somewhere of a chicken hopping up in her lap. She was awesome. She loved the animals. We wanted goats. My sister-in-law had a Nigerian dwarf goat that kept coming up on the patio. So one day Wendy was sitting back in her chair on the patio, and I've got a picture somewhere of the goat crawling on her. It literally climbed up on her lap like a cat, put its front legs over her shoulder, and then it wasn't happy there. So in a few minutes, it took and climbed up on her shoulders. My boss is picking the leaves from the veggie basket he had every week for the. Oh, nice. I think you have some very nice bosses, and I understand your car is dead. The garage said that your car is a no-go fixing it. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh man, I gotta activate my chicken light. Dead from dead. Yep. There was a movie once, the guy said, "You're not dead till you're dead." He's dead. Oh, that's nice. Pick me one up too while you're there. Nothing major, just F-150, an older F-150 in good condition. I don't like all the electronics and stuff. I think it was Darren and Patrick were talking in our Facebook chat there about getting an older truck, and Darren said he doesn't like the trucks that beep at you and stuff, and I'm like, man, they got trucks and cars that will drive for you. It's amazing the technology we have, but we're getting way too dependent on technology, I think. I'm more small cars, no pickup for me. Well, if that works for you, I honestly, my Ford Escape, I love it. It really does good. Now, in all honesty, the first Ford Escape that we bought, the first Ford Escape that we bought was a lemon. It was horrible. It had 80,000 miles on it, but the garage had it more than I did. It was horrible. Nice spot, yes. And tell them that we said we appreciate them helping you out. They let you take the company truck or something when your car broke down. And that's good to have a boss that'll go above and beyond. Speaking of which, I need to get hold of my tenants in the rental and see how that new sink is working out. I installed a new sink. He said he would like a stainless steel, and they had an old faucet that unfortunately didn't have all the hardware to it. He said he'd like a faucet like that, so I went out of the way to, try to get them. I got them a stainless steel sink with a faucet like they wanted. I'm hoping that they will stay for a long time. They're good tenants. They don't bother me. They if they need something, they're not afraid to tell me. And this will be the first winter that they are in the house. So that is pretty scary, because the house, I rent it low. The cost of the rent is low because it can be a bear to heat, but they've done a lot of work to it that they decided to do. And so hopefully it won't be that bad this year for them. But yeah, they're a young couple starting out, and they've got one kid, and they're doing a good job taking care of everything. The house is cleaner than when I was there. I suck at taking care of cleaning and all that stuff. I do it in phases. I am getting better at taking care of my dishes as I get done using them, and that makes a big difference. But yeah, now is the time to fill up on heat, whether it's fuel oil or kerosene or propane or wood. Now is the time to be getting that in. I got a fire going right now. It's as low as I can get it, and I put a green piece of wood on the coals because I don't want it to burn fast and hot. I want it to just slowly keep it kind of warm. In fact, I have a fan here. Let me show you some of my mess. I got a fan right here. And it's blowing on me right now, because otherwise it would be way too warm. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button and possibly subscribe if you haven't already. That little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with some new content. Answer that poll, hit that poll for me, so that I can just find out. It's just a curiosity, which I can't see the poll. Let me try to bring that up again. That's not it. Oh well. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head on out of here. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll see you next Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I have a video coming out. Me and Trevor using the Branson tractor to cut some wood and the grapple and everything. And we had a lot of fun. It didn't take us very long to cut a lot of wood. And I got it boiled down to under 10 minutes, I believe. So yeah, you guys have a great day, and we will see you later. And as always, God bless.